I wanted to share one of my weaknesses. I wanted to share one of the things that is quite challenging for me at times. Morning. So early morning rise because I'm heading back up to the north and just preparing to go up there. It actually got me thinking that I wanted to share one of my weaknesses. I wanted to share one of the things that is quite challenging for me at times. And challenging not because of fear, and challenging more because of time and where I like to put my priority. And that's around networking with others within the same industry, other professions. Even when I worked in the corporate world, I never really networked at events often. And that weakness, or something that I've never explored as much as I should have and should do, is networking. I typically set a target, put my head down and work towards it. And yes, I'll work with others when needed and get them involved, but actually consciously and proactively networking is something I don't typically do. And it's something where I've got a new year resolution and a new motto and character to try and explore, which is networking more often. So that's part of what I'm doing today. Last year, I did it more proactively and I saw some really great results, but I tailored off near the end actually, because there was commitments and projects that came up that took away from me networking as proactively as I should do. But the benefits of networking, meeting others, is a huge benefit. Sometimes the value far exceeds the time and money spent. Yeah, so I'm just about to go into a viewing, and it just dawned on me, just to clarify, because you see, when I started in property whilst I was working, so this is how my agenda for the day used to go. I'd wake up at 6 o'clock, get to work around 7:30. I'd leave around 6 o'clock. I'd get back home around, let's say roughly 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then literally from 7 till like 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes even up to midnight, early in the morning, I'll just be grinding, working hard, grow my property business. And you see, with that, I didn't have much time to allow for networking. It was literally go. I've only got a specific amount of time, a few hours. I need to get as much done. Now, in that process, yes, I built up relationships which were relevant to what I was doing, but actually networking with individuals who may be in another area, who may have a different mindset, wasn't what I was actively doing. Yeah, I went to training courses and that's where I would learn. But those training courses were on a specific strategy. It was all within my lane. I was just about keeping focus. Now, where I am now and where I see even greater benefit because of what happened with the pandemic is networking. By us going online rather than having in person, that saves so much time rather than traveling from Derby all the way down to London or up north or wherever it may be. I could literally just log into Zoom, join several networking events, and save on so much time in terms of traveling. That really was one of the seeds that grew into me now realizing that I need to network more often, build relationships, and there's been a lot of benefits that have come out of that as well. Now, the benefits are simple really for why you should network. Great contacts, good relationships, new ideas for things. It's a perfect solution for getting out there, working to the highest performance, and making the best of where you are in your journey. So really what I'm doing this video actually is preaching to myself, and it's actually telling me to do this as well. So yeah, what I'm sharing is I'm really talking to myself, inspiring myself to continue to network, because when I'm not networking, yes, I'm performing, but I'm not getting a constant flow of new ideas. Now, the struggle is obviously me. Thank you. The struggle is obviously me being overwhelmed with too many ideas and thinking, okay, I want to do that. But actually, the key thing is to have all those ideas and say, okay, what can I employ in the business today? What can I wait a few months down the line? And just having that continual flow of new information is key. You get to know what's coming up, you know what's the new news that may impact upon where I invest. It's just essential, those relationships. I'll actually give you an example. Last year I joined one of the national networking groups, and I went to a group, wasn't expecting much, just trying to build new relationships. As you know, I've got the 11-bed serviced accommodation. And especially during lockdown, it wasn't really working too well. The results weren't too good. We were between occupancy of 10, 15%. It wasn't great. It was nerve-wracking, to be honest. But interestingly, from me going to that network event, I found an individual who helped me know specifically things that I could do to improve, like pricing, who to appeal to, how to market for that specific type of client that I was going for the service accommodation. And I would never have got that information if I hadn't gone to the networking event. What's happened from me applying that, my profit margins have gone up, my occupancy has gone up, and actually our brand has become more established where we're getting more direct bookings from what was learned. A 1.5 hour networking session turned into an hour's worth of coaching and intel given to me by that individual who's super valuable. And that's that time, when you kind of put in monetary terms, was worth thousands. The day after going to that networking event, talk about jumping in at the deep end. So the networking event I went to is called the property thing. And my God, that was a thing. I don't think I've been to a property networking event that is so compact, so busy, so bustling, and they don't do things in halves. It starts from around 7 o'clock, but people are getting there from like 5:30 onwards to network pre the networking event. And then on top of that, when networking and the event goes up all the way up until, no joke, 10 o'clock in the evening. And then they go for a curry at 10:30. Me, I go to bed at around 9:30. So I was shattered. I couldn't join them with the curry, but that was a really good networking event. So I think that just confirms that this is something I need to continue doing, continue networking, continue growing. And there's a number of contacts that I've found that are going to help me with what I'm doing in the area that I'm going to be investing in, as well as in growing in a new part that I'm going down, which is developing. As you know, I'm new to it. Getting the leads and getting the vendors is what I'm good at from my background, but there's still a lot that I've got to learn. And this isn't something that I'm looking to do for the next 1 or 2 years. This is something I'm looking to do forever now. So building those contacts and relationships are going to be hugely important. And I'm definitely going to be committing to networking as much as possible, even if it means me having to wake up later than I usually do. So today I woke up around 8:30 after going to bed at midnight. I usually go to bed, as I said, between 9:30. So it was a long day, but very, very insightful and information packed. So kudos to the property thing for what you guys are doing. What's the key lessons I'm going to be taking away from this? One is suck it up, Dwayne, and start networking more, because it's hugely important for me in my growth and contact. And it's not like I'm going to be here now, gone tomorrow. This is a lifetime pursuit of excellence in what I do in property. So networking is going to be paramount. Second of all, not to just go in there taken, but actually given. I realized that actually 80% of the conversations I was having was about giving value and giving knowledge back. And it just cemented that I've come a long way of my journey. I always still feel like I've got a lot more to learn. It's just something that's always within me, that's always continual learning. That's one of my mottos, just continually develop and grow. So, but it was good to know that I could give back value in excess of what I was receiving. A shout out to you. If there's any networking events that you can recommend, property, not property, anything related, shout out to me, give me a recommendation, put in the comments box below, and I'll check it out, because just like you, I want to learn, I want to continue growing, and networking and building those relationships are always key to helping on that journey.